I'm going to read a few quick words from thewatcherfiles.com concerning Project Bluebeam. The infamous NASA Bluebeam project has 4 different steps in order to implement the New Age religion with the Antichrist at its head. We must remember that the New Age religion is the very foundation for the New World government, without which religion the dictatorship of the New World Order is completely impossible. I'll repeat that. Without a universal belief in the New Age religion, the success of the New World Order will be impossible. That is why the Bluebeam project is so important to them, but has been so well hidden until now. Is Project Bluebeam real? Yes, it is. Can the Illuminati project images in the sky, holographic images, things of this nature? Yes, they can. Are they using this technology now, and will they use it in the near future to deceive all these heathens? Yep. But the reason the Illuminati let all this information out about Project Bluebeam is because they know it was time for the real quote-unquote UFOs to show up. Now all these idiots who want to sound intelligent, every single video that comes out, they say, "Oh, that's just Project Bluebeam." The information on Project Bluebeam was purposely released by the Illuminati so that we would have doubts about what we're seeing, even when it's real. This event took place in Fort Worth, Texas, 2011. Now, when I finish talking shit about these niggas, I'm going to play this entire clip. Now, when this event went down, the official story was that these are just transformers blowing up. Bullshit. People with common sense, including somebody who works for the electric company, they said the same thing I said. Why are these transformers blowing up over and over and over again? No sound coming from these explosions whatsoever, and you can clearly see the lights are still on in the city. And the dude that worked for the electric company, NIPSCO, ComEd, whatever you want to call him, he said transformers exploding at this magnitude, the whole city would be blacked out. Now, when I play this clip, you will be able to hear the normal sounds coming from the streets, but you can't hear the explosions coming from these so-called transformers that's blowing up. And the excuse for this shit was, it's just so far away you can't hear it. Lord have mercy. I don't give a damn how far away this event is taking place from the person that's recording it. You will be able to hear something when you got transformers blowing up on this magnitude. Look at the size of this shit. Take a look at the semi-trucks on the road. See how small these semi-trucks look compared to the size of these explosions? No sound, and the lights are still on in the city. Now, when this video first came out, nobody noticed the UFOs. Some people believe these are multiple UFOs. Some people believe this is one big triangle UFO. But whatever the case, these lights in the sky appeared out of nowhere. You didn't see them fly in. You didn't see them fly away. They just appeared and disappeared. And what was their excuse for these lights in the sky? That's helicopters from the news media. Lord have mercy. First of all, if the news media had the balls to get this close to transformers exploding on this level, why didn't they record it and show this shit on the 6 o'clock news? And that certainly don't explain how these helicopters appeared and disappeared right before our eyes. Now, before I play this entire clip, I'm going to read the official story from these so-called crazy conspiracy theorists. You know, those people who actually read, who actually do research, these people who got the nerve to actually think. A shocking report prepared by the Federal Space Agency for Prime Minister Putin states that one of the United States' most important space facilities, located in Fort Worth, Texas, was attacked this past week by alien forces intent on destroying Vimana technology transported there after its discovery by U.S. troops in Afghanistan. According to this report, NASA, located on a remote section of the giant Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport and responsible for engineering the software needed to control the airspace over North America, suffered a nearly half-hour-long sustained attack, resulting in the deaths of over 500 military and space contractors working on Vimana technology. Now, whether this story is true or not, that's for you to decide. But here's the last thing I have to say about this. Number one, these ain't no goddamn Transformers exploding. Number two, whatever the truth is about this event, the truth is definitely being covered up. And number three, if these people gonna keep lying to us, then they need to get more practice. But they've done such a great job of dumbing us down. They know no matter how weak the lie is, they know most of us are gonna accept it.
Now, what about Project Bluebeam? I mean, do you think that there is maybe an effort by the elite or kind of the secret hands to possibly use some sort of a disclosure as a means to usher in a one world government?
Well, let me say this about disclosure. Disclosure is not going to come from any of our governments. Okay. And actually, it already has. If you listen to some of our astronauts, and if you listen to Paul Hellyer, former Defense Ministry of Canada, if you'll, on and on, Werner von Braun, they talked about aliens and extraterrestrials. So it's out there for the people who want to look at it. But the real disclosure is going to come only from them. And it's simple enough. All they got to do is let themselves be known, hover above a large city long enough for the news crews to get out there with their cameras, and the game's up.
Right. Well, and I think, with the crop circles and everything, I mean, is that not enough of a message, or people?
Absolutely. If you look at it, of course, see, this conditioning process is, and particularly if you look at it from the standpoint of a government, say the United States government, they have to represent all the people, okay? Now, there's a segment of the people, you and I would fall into this, we really want to know the truth. We really want to know, are they out there and where they come from and what are they doing? But you got another segment of the population, they really don't want to know. But you got another segment of the population, they really don't want to know.
I think they even came out a few months ago and said a lot of the things you thought were unidentified flying objects were actually just military equipment we didn't want you guys to know about just yet. So that's kind of their new ploy.
Right. And which is a great sounding public relations thing. But see, how do you explain the Aurora crash of 1897 that was seen, recorded in the newspapers in Texas, seen by hundreds of people. And said the newspaper account said the pilot was not an inhabitant of this world. And this occurred 6 years before the Wright brothers flew. There was nothing man-made in the air. See, they skip over that.
Yeah, and we've actually got some Pentagon documents. I was just looking at them the other day where they talk about interacting with these people, and they were human-like but a little bit taller, and they had lasers on their ships. And these are Pentagon documents, and when you click on it at the .gov site, there's a big warning that comes up and says these are old, and we don't probably agree with what's here, but in public interest, here are these documents, and they encounter, it's like it's right there.
It's the old plausible deniability again. You can believe it if you want to, but you don't have to believe it. And of course, the controversy rolls on. So, and that's what's going to happen with disclosure. It's really incredible, but do not look for a government official of any type to step forward and say, okay, here's the truth.
Right.
Because number one, half the population wouldn't believe him anyway.
Right. And especially, the Vatican ushering on our extraterrestrial brothers. For me, that's a huge Project Bluebeam red light.